Welcome everybody to the first edition of Chase Race Review. This will be a series I'll be doing for the next 10 weeks during the 2014 NASCAR Chase for the Sprint Cup. I'll just be reviewing the races, going over them, showing some highlights of the crashes and wrecks and stuff. And yeah, that's what I'll be doing for the next 9 weeks, I should say. So let's get started. The Maya Feeb Story 400 hosts the first Chase race at Chicagoland Speedway. Let's go over some pre-race news real quick. Kyle Larson, who crashed in practice, had to go to the backup. He went to the rear, started 39th. Not looking good for the rookie. And since qualifying got rained out, times were based on practice speeds. Kyle Busch had a fast run, obviously was the top car, and he won the pole. So he led them to the green flag. Then on lap 15, Mike Bliss took his car to the garage. He was out of the race at lap 28. Then the very next lap, lap 29, Jeff Gordon took the lead from Kyle Busch. I believe that Gordon will definitely be in the final round at Homestead. He'll definitely be a true contender for this championship. I believe that this is the best chance he's had in a while with winning the Brickyard 400. Was very consistent this year, and I also believe that Hendrick will definitely be a strong performer in this chase. Anyway, then 11 laps later, Jamie McMurray, a non-chaser, took the lead from Gordon. Then Brad Keselowski moved into the top 10 on lap 43 after starting 25th. And he took the lead at lap 45 from Jamie, but McMurray got it back on lap 48. Then on lap 66, the yellow flag flew for debris in turn 2. I think they should stop with all of these debris cautions. I mean, really, just let them race. They run over, that'll make it more exciting. Because most of the cautions you now see in NASCAR, they're all for like debris. Debris in turn 2, up, trouble, debris in turn 4, debris on the back stretch. Anyway, the top 5 on the restart, Kyle Busch was leading at the time. Matt Kenseth was second. Ryan Newman was third. Brad Keselowski fourth. And Kyle Larson, a non-chaser again for Chip Ganassi Racing. He had a strong day, and we'll be reviewing that later. Then on lap 98, caution came out again for debris in turn number 4. Ryan Newman was the beneficiary. He had a tire go down. The top 5 on the restart at lap 104 was James Murray, Jeff Gordon, Joey Logano, Kyle Busch, and Brad Keselowski. And 3 laps later, Brad Keselowski goes from 5th to 1st and takes the lead from McMurray once again. Then at lap 146, Michael Annett took his car to the garage. Tough break for the Tommy Baldwin Racing team. Then 5 laps later, Kevin Harvick took the lead from Brad Keselowski. And then on lap 180, yellow flag flew again for debris in turn number 2. And then the top 5 on the restart was Kevin Harvick, Brad Keselowski, Jeff Gordon, Kyle Larson, and Dale Earnhardt Jr. cracks the top 5. Then on lap 230, left to rear went down for Carl Edwards. He was already a lap down at the time. Definitely a big, I shouldn't say a big point stay, but a big hurting point stay for Carl Edwards. Looking to be a contender in these these 4 rounds. And then 2 laps later, a tough break for Eric Almirola. He took his car to the garage with engine troubles. It is really a shame because he was running so well at the time. He was in the top 10. It looked like he was going to have a really strong day. If not a win, maybe a top 5 or top 10. A really tough break for him. At lap 245, Clint Bowyer got into the wall with a blown tire. Well, actually, it wasn't a blown tire. He was just running too high. He was on the high line, and he wasn't too much 5-hour energy. Got all jacked up. He wasn't looking where he was going. Danica Patrick got the free pass on that caution, by the way. In the top 5 on the restart, Kevin Harvick led them to the green flag with Kyle Larson in second. Then Brad Keselowski, then Jeff Gordon, and Dale Earnhardt Jr. And then the lap after the restart, Kyle Larson takes the lead from Harvick, and a great battle in these final laps start to immense. Brad Keselowski, on lap 252, Brad Keselowski made it 3 wide. As I now show here, he made it 3 wide to take the lead, went right through the middle to take the lead from Kevin Harvick and Larson both. Then 5 laps later, the yellow flag flew. Danica Patrick and Ricky Stenhouse got into the wall. I really didn't want to be at that dinner table that night. I don't think it was that, friendly and stuff. I really don't think they talked. It's my personal opinion. And then lap 261, the final restart. It was the final restart. And Brad Keselowski was able to pull away from the field and win the 2014 Maya Feeb Story 400 at Chicagoland. Now, before I wrap this up, let's just go over the chase standings after Chicagoland. Brad Keselowski has the top seed, obviously with 5 wins this season, the most of any driver. Jeff Gordon's second. He's 7 points back. I'm sorry. Joey Logano's in third. Both Penske drivers in the top 3. He is 9 points back. Kevin Harvick, he's in fourth with 2,046 points. Dale Earnhardt Jr. is in fifth with 2,042 points. He's looking to be a really strong contender. He finished 11th at Chicagoland, so hopefully he can move up some. As they run, he'll advance to the next round. Anyway, Jimmy Johnson is in 6th with 3 wins and 2,041 points. And Kyle Busch is tied with him, surprisingly. Jimmy Johnson, Kyle Busch, and Denny Hamlin are tied with him. Really surprising there because Jimmy Johnson has 3 wins, and Kyle Busch and Denny Hamlin just have 1 win. Sitting in 9th is Kurt Busch with 2,039 points. And Matt Kenseth, who had the most wins last season, was without a win this season before the chase, had to race his way in on points. It is with 2,034 points, sitting in 10th. Case Kane, who won at Atlanta earlier, with 2,034 points. Kane and Kenseth are both tied for 10th. Carl Edwards, talked about him, a big hurting points day, with 2,030 points. Ryan Newman, a non-winner, but chaser, obviously. I'm going over to Chase Sanders right here. He's with 2,029 points. AJ Allmendinger, who had the underdog win at the Glen earlier in August, he is in 14th with 2,025 points. And then Greg Biffle with 2,021 points. And Eric Almirola, like I said, a tough break for him. He's going to really have to work hard to push it these next 2 weeks at Loudon and Dover to advance to this next round. He's sitting in 16th, so he's got to move up a couple of spots. Maybe he'll have to fight for a win or really be a big contender, or he's not going to advance. So he looked like he was going to be around. He looked like he was going to be maybe even in the top 10 in points. I don't know, but he blew that engine. Not his fault, of course. Just wasn't it didn't go his way. So that wraps it up for this chase race review, the first episode at Chicagoland. Hopefully a new episode comes out this Monday. It's coming Monday. I'm sorry this one was a little bit late. I'll try to keep the consistency up. See you guys in the next one. Bye.